Commissioner Ashley.
Here.
Commissioner Brooks.
Here.
Commissioner Dunbar. Commissioner Oliver.
Here.
Commissioner Skidmore. Mr. Van Wyk.
Here.
Mr. Murphy. Ms. Menchaca.
Here.
Okay, moving forward, we'll go into commissioner member announcements or reports. Would any commissioner or staff member like to make an announcement or report at this time? Okay, moving on then. Get approval of the minutes. Are there any corrections or anything? If there is no corrections, I will entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, moving forward to items withdrawn or requests for continuance. Mr. Murphy, will you review the items which have been withdrawn on the request for continuance, please?
I will. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. So this evening we have one case that is being recommended for continuance. That is case number 5, General Plan Amendment number 5, map 8135, Zone Change 46, map 8135, PD Plan 36, map 8135. The applicant is ACC Bakersfield JV LLC, and the staff recommendation is to continue that item until your July 23rd, 2026 hearing. That completes the items that are being requested for a continuance at this time.
Okay, perfect. Okay, moving on.
If there are no objections, I would move that we continue that case as per the request by.
I'll second that.
Okay, on-screen vote.
Three ayes, two absent. Motion carries.
Perfect. Moving on to consent items, excuse me. Mr. Murphy, will you review the consent agenda, please?
I will. So these are items scheduled before your commission, which are being recommended for approval by staff. The applicant has been informed of any special conditions and has no objection. The hearing on these items may be expedited if no member of the commission or audience wishes to comment or ask any questions on the case. This evening, we have 4 items that are on the consent calendar. Those are items 2, 3, 4, and 6. So I will read those now. Case number 2, CUP 46, map 10328, zone mod number 11, map 10328. Our applicant is Clinica Sierra Vista by Perspective Design Architects. This project is located on the northeast corner of Niles Street and Orange Drive in the Bakersfield area. The item before you is a conditional use permit to allow the construction of a private park soccer field with an associated concession stand and restroom. The project also includes a zone modification to allow the reduction of required parking spaces to 18 spaces where 20 spaces is required on 4 parcels of record totaling 1.3 acres. The project is located on property that is zoned C1 and C2 PD. The staff recommendation is to approve the conditional use permit and the zone modification in accordance with the recommended conditions and adopt the suggested findings as set forth in the draft resolution. The next item on consent this evening is case number 3. This is CUP 13, map 203. Our applicant is Alejandro Rodriguez. This project is located at 9705 Valparaiso Avenue in the Mettler area. The request before you is a conditional use permit to allow the operation of a soil amendment facility on an 18.94 acre parcel on property that is zoned A. I would note that you did receive an addendum staff report on this item this evening. Subsequent to the distribution of the staff report, the applicant contacted staff and had a couple questions and requests for modifications to a couple of the conditions that were identified. Staff reviewed those requests. The original conditions were based on the operational statement provided by the project applicant. They have some different thoughts in terms of hours of operation, things along those lines. Staff reviewed those and did not believe that those changes were an issue. So we prepared this addendum and reflect those revised changes in the addendum before you. Therefore, I have a revised recommendation. We are still recommending this stay on the consent calendar. The recommendation is to approve the conditional use permit for a period of 5 years. It would expire on May 14th, 2031 in accordance with the recommended revised conditions and adopt the suggested findings as set forth in the attached draft revised resolution. The next item on consent this evening is case number 4, GPA 28, map 213, zone change 64, map 213, PD plan number 5, map 213. Our applicant is Santos Castellanos. This project is located on the northeast corner of Bacchus Road and 20th Street West, approximately 685 feet west of Highway 14 South off-ramp in the Mojave area. The item before you today is a general plan amendment to change the map code designation from 5.6 to 7.2. Project also includes a zone change from A1 to M1 PD, or a more restrictive district, on 9.99 acre parcel. And then the project includes a precise development plan that would allow parking and storage a maximum of 20 semi-trucks on a 2.11 acre portion of the 9.99 acre parcel on property, again, that is zoned M1 PD. The recommendation is to advise the Planning Commission to recommend the Board of Supervisors adopt resolution and recommended findings, approving the general plan amendment as requested, adopt resolution and recommended findings, and enact ordinance approving the zone change as requested, and approve the precise development plan, all in accordance with the recommended conditions, and adopt the suggested findings as set forth in the draft resolution. Then the last item on consent this evening is case number 6. This is zone change 67, map 213, conditional use permit 73, map 213. The applicant for this project is MAG Energy. This project is located on the southeast corner of United Street and Laguna Avenue in the unincorporated Mojave area. Project before you is a change in zone classification from A1 to A, or a more restrictive district, on approximately 162 acres. Project also includes a conditional use permit for the construction and operation of a 1,477 kilowatt accessory solar photovoltaic facility to offset the adjacent industrial usage, all on approximately 10.28 acre portion of a larger 162 acre parcel that is zoned A. The recommendation is to advise the Planning Commission to recommend the Board of Supervisors to adopt resolution, recommended findings, and enact ordinance approving the zone change as requested, and then approve the conditional use permit subject to the recommended revised conditions, and adopt the suggested findings as set forth in the draft revised resolution. I would note, as I mentioned, revised twice in there. You did receive an addendum on this project as well. There were some additional conditions that were identified. Specifically, we received comment letters from Kern County Public Works requesting that, as part of this project, that the applicant provide an offer of dedication for road within the road right-of-way along the project site. That is a standard condition, and so we incorporated that. So, again, we provided your staff or your commission with that addendum staff report that included those revised conditions. That completes the reading of the consent calendar, and staff is available for any questions if you have any.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. Moving on, is there any member of the audience right now who would like to speak on any of these items? If you do, they will be removed from consent agenda and heard in the regular order. Is there anybody? Okay, seeing none. Is there any member of the commission here would like to wish to remove any of these items from the consent agenda or be heard in regular order? Okay, perfect. Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion from the commission on these items. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Yeah, oh yeah. 2, 3, 4, and 6.
I'll make a motion for the consent items 2, 3, 4, and 6, just like for staff's recommendation.
And I will second.
Okay, on screen vote, please.
Three ayes, 2 absent, motion carries.
Perfect. For anybody who's here for those items 2, 3, 4, and 6, your application has been approved now by the commission, and you may leave if you'd like. Other than that, the final.
Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind, can I read the appeal process really quick?
Yes, please. I was just getting that. Please read the appeal process.
So for projects where the Planning Commission action is final, those actions are subject to an appeal to the Board of Supervisors by any interested person, and no development proposed by any application may be authorized until after the final date of appeal. That applies to cases 2 and 3 this evening. That appeal may be filed at the Kern County Planning Natural Resources Department, located at 2700 M Street, Suite 100 in Bakersfield, with a filing of $562 on forms available at the department and on the department website. That filing must be made within 14 days of and including the date of this hearing. If no appeal is received, the action of your commission is final.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. Okay, this portion of the meeting is reserved for persons desiring to address the commission on any matter not on tonight's agenda and over which the commission has jurisdiction. Speakers are limited to 2 minutes. Please state your name for the record and before making your presentation if you would like. Seeing none, moving forward. First item we have here tonight is item number 1, I believe.
That is correct, Mr. Chairman, and Ms. Kathy Barker will be making that presentation. Just want to check, staff, was those our applicants for that item?
Is there any applicants here?
Isabella.
Okay.
Oh.
I just want to make sure. All right, the people that walked out, I just want to make sure that they weren't here for that item.
We see you.
All right. Ms. Kathy Barker will be making the presentation on that item this evening, Mr. Chairman.
Perfect. Is there anyone in the audience other than the applicant who wishes to speak either for or against this item? Seeing none, moving forward. Staff, would you please give us a report on the presentation for this application?
Good evening. The proposal is a request to amend the Western Rosedale specific plan, a change in zone classification, and a precise development plan on 2 parcels of record totaling 4.08 acres on the northeast corner of Hageman Road and Allen Road in the Bakersfield area. The request is to amend the Western Rosedale specific plan map code designation from RR Rural Residential to General Commercial. The change in zone classification is a change from E, 1 acre RSMH, residential suburban combining, mobile home combining, to general commercial precise development combining, or a more restrictive district. And a precise development plan to allow the construction of a 4,125 square foot convenience store with 16 fueling pumps and 3 retail buildings totaling 27,700 square feet. The applicant is Gerald Ogden, represented by McIntosh and Associates. The parcel is currently developed with a single-family residence and accessory structure. The surrounding area is comprised of a mix of residential tracts, vacant land for small agricultural operations and manufacturing, and a church. Other notable land uses in the area include the Santa Fe Highway overpass and commercial and industrial uses south of the site on Allen Road. Comments received during the notification period include standard comments from county agencies and comments from members of the public with concerns in opposition to the request. All comments have been provided to your commission. The concerns expressed include increased traffic congestion, air quality impacts, and compatibility with the surrounding area as it relates to safety and lighting. A traffic impact study was provided by the project proponent and reviewed by both Kern County Public Works staff and City of Bakersfield staff, as Hageman Road lies within the City of Bakersfield's jurisdiction. It was determined that the implementation of the project would not represent a significant traffic impact to the area. A recommended condition of approval includes the construction of a raised median from Hageman Road to Rosedale Lane along Allen Road in order to restrict turning movements on Allen Road. Staff notes that this is a correction to the staff report, which indicated that this median would be along Hageman Road. Additionally, subsequent to the distribution of the staff report, specific recommendations were received from the City of Bakersfield for road improvements along Hageman Road, of which they have jurisdiction. Consistent with the project proponent's traffic impact study, access to the site will be restricted to right in and right out, whether along Allen Road or Hageman Road. The City of Bakersfield has required construction of a separate right turn lane for the Hageman Road driveway to appropriately alleviate any congestion along Hageman Road to the project site. Condition 4A requires the applicant to consult and comply with the city's required improvements. Staff believes these conditions address the concerns about increased traffic congestion and safety for students traveling to and from schools within the area. To the concerns regarding air quality and disruptive lighting, staff notes the project proponent will be required to meet all Kern County development standards, including adhering to the Dark Skies Ordinance, which requires lights to be shielded and directed on-site to avoid light spillover, and conditions of approval including complying with San Joaquin Valley Air Pollution Control District's requirements to control fugitive dust during construction and during operation of the development. Staff is advising your commission to recommend the Board of Supervisors adopt the resolution and recommended findings approving the amendment to the land use element of the Western Rosedale specific plan as requested, adopt resolution and recommended findings and enact ordinance approving zone change as requested, and adopt the recommended findings and approve the precise development plan in accordance with the recommended conditions of approval as set forth in the draft resolutions. This concludes staff's presentation.
Does the applicant have an opening statement or comments that you would like to make? Okay. Moving forward, I invite anybody that is, those that are opposed to this request to come forward and be heard and state your name for the record, if any. Moving on. I invite those in support of the request to come forward and be heard. Okay, moving on forward then. I would imagine you don't have a closing statement either? Okay. All right. After that, would the staff like to make any additional comments or anything? No, perfect. All right, moving on now. The hearing is now closed to public testimony and open to the commission for questions and comments.
Nothing from me, but I am prepared to make a motion if you're ready.
Okay, I do have one comment or question, and can you come forward, please?
He's just not going to let you off.
No, it's just that I know that it backs right up to like 4 or 5 houses right there. And state your name, I'm sorry.
Hi, I'm Isabella Herrera with McIntosh and Associates. I'm the planner on this project.
Perfect, thank you. As a real estate broker myself, so I know that area very, very well. I've sold a lot of homes in those areas, but I know that this particular lot backs right up to about 5 or 6 different homes. What have we done to protect those homes from this property at that point from either sound or additional light or extra?
Based on the site plan right here we have for the PD plan.
I can't hear you. Can you speak up a little bit?
Yes, there are setback requirements that we do have to meet. I know you can't see, but there is a 25-foot, I think it is, or 20-foot setback where we have space from those residential houses, along with other conditions of approval, meeting light requirements, sound requirements. We want to be beneficial to the neighbors in the area and not,
Well, sound concerns me as well.
sound concerns. If that goes with traffic, we got the traffic impact analysis processed. And I think that was about it.
Mr. Chairman, if you don't mind, I could just add one thing to it as well. So in addition, if you can see on the site plan, we have the 25-foot setback requirement. There is an existing 6-foot block wall, which would remain in there, of course. And if there wasn't a block wall, we would require a block wall. But then what was not mentioned here, and to kind of tell, is our development standards require some green space as well. So there is a strip of landscaping in that setback as well, which will also require trees. So there will be some trees that would be planted and also serve as a buffer both for lighting, for noise, and things along those lines. So in addition to the setback of 25 feet, there will be some landscaping and there will be some trees that are going to be replaced or be incorporated in between the development and the existing homes that are there
Mr.
as well.
Murphy, you said a 6-foot wall?
There's an existing 6-foot block wall.
Okay. And with the CUP, would we be able to restrict it and make it an 8-foot wall, or would that be in the plan?
That would be up to your commission. I mean, when it comes to things along those lines in a conditional use permit, you have the authority. If you believe that a larger block wall would be required, that is something that has been done in the past.
And I like the trees,
and
yeah,
it has
but
been incorporated into projects as well.
I just think that those houses, they back right up there, and that's my concern, to being able to protect those residents as well. I mean, I'm very supportive of the project. I like the project, but I'm just concerned that being able to protect our residents as well. So with that, I mean, I would suggest we do it like an 8-foot is my suggestion, but. Other than that, I will open it up to a motion if there is one. Or any other concerns?
No, just in response to it, and don't want to get into a debate about the efficacy of the size of the wall, really, but like there are other spots in town, I think, where we could say other evidence that, other instances where we have the same kind of setup. You know, I can think of the one, the Sully's that's there off of Old River and Mean, kind of has houses right behind it. I think once the trees get mature, you know, that does act as an adequate
Absolutely.
barrier.
I know when we did that car wash up over there in the northwest, not too far from this site here, we ended up, I think it was an 8 or a 10-foot wall on that one there. But I will go with whatever the motion is.
I would motion honestly to approve as read into the record.
I'm fine with that.
I would second that.
Thank you.
We have a motion and a second. Can we get an on-screen vote?
Three ayes, two absent, motion carries.
Okay, item number 1 has been approved. Note that the items of the final commission are additional, all these different items need the appeal process. Could you, Mr. Murphy, any appeal process on this?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So this project actually includes a zone change and some other actions. So tonight's action was a recommendation, and it will be scheduled for the Board of Supervisors' final consideration. And additional hearing notices will go out to surrounding property owners as well regarding that hearing date.
Perfect, thank you, Mr. Murphy. Other than that, if there's no further business, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to adjourn?
Perfect. All those in favor say aye.
And third, fourth, fifth.
Aye.
We are adjourned.